Ethereum is back, baby, and ready to push itself into the main conversation once again, as if it ever left from this channel. I knew this was going to come. 2 weeks ago, I made the video why I'm buying Ethereum over Bitcoin. 1 month ago, I'm buying Ethereum over Bitcoin this dip. And then 4 months ago, I posted Ethereum to propel past 3K in just 6 months. Yeah, the Ether breakout has begun. So are you ready for a breakout of our own? Well, you don't have a choice because it's time for Chico Crypto. Pulling out Ethereum's USD chart, not bad yesterday, pushing from the low of 2,150 to above 2,350. But the chart everyone should be talking about is the ratio of ETH to BTC. Ethereum gained 4 points on BTC, going from 0.039 to 0.043. Ethereum is once again pushing up to a very important ratio number of 0.05. Why? Well, pulling out the ratio since its peak last bull run 2017 and into the bear market, that 0.05 level was attempted more than a few times. It looked like it was going to happen just as we entered 2019, but extreme rejection, which didn't rebound until the DeFi summer bubble of 2020. Another look. We got extremely close to breaking it in early February, rejection, and now here we are at another try. A break of 0.05, in my opinion, will set Ethereum off to the races, and discovery will take place, setting the stage for this bull run's big conversation, the flippening part 2021. The flippening? What is that, Chico? Well, it's not a trick from that 1994 movie with Elijah Wood and the dolphin, but that point in the summer of 2017, last bull, when Ether almost flipped BTC by market cap. Just a 7% difference sat between the two around June 2017. And even the big news outlets were covering it. June of 2017, CoinDesk turned out this article, The Flippening. Will Ether pass Bitcoin, and what would it mean? Diving into the details of it and covering a tracker which showed the flip was almost complete across sectors. Yeah, there were even trackers made that are still up to this day watching for the flip. Flippening.watch, which shows that the flip isn't even past 30% completion based on market cap, but Ethereum has flipped BTC based on transaction count. There were other trackers made too. Blockchain Center put out their own, which has more data points, showing Ethereum has also flipped BTC based on transaction fees. So obviously this conversation, this narrative was big back during the heat of 2017. But let me tell you, it's gonna heat up again, and why I think that ties into a stat on Blockchain Center, transaction volume. As you can see, Ethereum is pushing 62% of the transaction USD volume flowing through its blockchain compared to BTC. This is all done while the market cap is only about 25% of BTC's. And as Spencer Noon on Twitter puts out my thoughts onto paper, or should I say keyboard exactly. He tweeted, PayPal settled $936 billion in payments last year. Ethereum settled $1.5 trillion in transactions just last quarter. This figure is also growing exponentially. PayPal market cap is $310 billion. ETH market cap is $263 billion. Yeah, Messari put out their research, and Q1 2021, over 1.5 trillion settled on Ethereum, and Ethereum is looking to settle 6 trillion in Q2. Exponential growth. And guess what? I think another category is getting close on the flippening watch to being flipped soon. Node count. Pushing towards 90% completion there, but why do I think this category will be flipped in Ether's favor soon? Well, last week, Coinbase announced Ether staking was open, allowing customers off the wait list so they could start earning staking rewards. What you need to understand is for each ETH2 staking node that Coinbase opens, they need to run an ETH1 node in parallel. As Coinbase opens the floodgates, this node count flip will happen, and I think very soon. But what about market cap flip, the category at the top of everyone's mind? Well, there are roadblocks in Ethereum's way, everyone knows that, or the flippening conversation might have already started. DeFi madness today is just as bad as ICO madness, which helped the flip almost happen back in 2017. But unlike back then, the gas on Ethereum is even more ridiculous, bubbling to amounts not even imagined back then. The blockchain is bloated. It needs scaling right now. Can Ethereum solve this crisis before year's end? I do believe Ethereum is going to do it, and the reasons come down to the ETH1 to ETH2 merge happening sooner than people think, which is being trialed and errored as I speak, which we will get into in a bit. But before that, it's time for a sponsored segment of this video by the team over at TrustSwap. And like always, the full details of our agreement can be found in the description. So first, what is TrustSwap? Well, they consider themselves a one-stop full-service digital asset ecosystem. And going to their website, links in the description, we can see that ecosystem consists of 4 live DeFi services with 2 to come. One down the road, Swappable, their coming NFT marketplace and P2P ERC20 escrow service platform. The swap staking platform, fully live to earn those sweet HODL staking rewards. Also coming soon, SmartMint, the easy no-code token creation tool. Their OG product, Smart Locks, has been live, which are token team and liquidity locks to prevent those nasty rug pulls. As we can see from this product's Explorer, over 1 billion in liquidity locked with Smart Locks. Also live is Smart Swaps, which allow trustless P2P OTC swaps, as well as it can be used for escrow deals. And their newest product gaining a lot of steam, their Launchpad, where new projects launch through their platform, required to use the safety features like Smart Locks. But let's just get back to one of their coming products, SmartMint. At the end of January, TrustSwap posted this blog, TrustSwap Smart Launch, brings security to crypto. And as you can see, this is going to feature Mint. When this launches, and rumors are soon, is when TrustSwap kicks into overdrive. Why? Well, into their blog, they talk of laying the foundation for secure token launches and projects through smart locks. But that isn't enough because of the token contracts. Vulnerabilities can still exist in those, of which TrustSwap couldn't do anything about until SmartMint. SmartMint allows token creation with no coding, allowing teams to select properties just from drop-down menus. It's simple and it's guaranteed secure, fully audited. Thus, projects that launch with Smart Launch utilizing the Trust Locks and SmartMint have accountability and security baked in. So if you're thinking about a project looking to bring security back to the crypto space while providing game-changing DeFi services to their token holders, developers, users, and projects alike, TrustSwap fits that bill. And of course, links for them are down in the description. Now back to Ethereum. Can it solve the gas crisis? Which, if it does, in my opinion, puts the market cap flippening back into the conversation later this year. And this ties into who I think will be providing the infrastructure for Coinbase Ethereum staking, Bison Trails. Coinbase in January of this year announced they had acquired them, the leading blockchain infrastructure platform. Obviously, this was in preparation for the staking they were about to do. Well, Bison Trails put out a blog update on ETH2 with the subheading, "We cover ETH2's traction, our expectations for the staking rate, and the latest news on the ETH1, ETH2 merge." Yeah, news on ETH1, ETH2 merge. In the blog, they say, progress continues to accelerate on the merge as researchers, client teams, and community members approach the work from several directions. And one of those directions Bison Trails covers is Rayonism. They say the third track of work comprises efforts to create POCs and testnets that actually bring the ETH2 vision to life. They continue. Last week, Proto Lambda and others released plans for Rayonism, an ambitious month-long hack to create merged devnets based on current specs with a stretch goal of adding sharding to these devnets along with L2 rollup integrations. Oh yeah, baby, going to Rayonism's website and landing page, they say, Rayonism is a scaling project around the ETH Global Scaling Hackathon, April 16th to May 14th, experimenting with merge and sharding ETH1, ETH2 testnets. And as we can see from the roadmap, post-hackathon, after May 14th, in just a month, they plan to have a public trial testnet out with merge and sharding. If this all goes to plan and they get a testnet out shortly after, that flippening conversation is going to ramp up and ramp up quick. And it looks like things are going to plan. This hackathon, including Rayonism, started on April 16th. Guess who tweeted an update 3 days ago? Neithermind. They said, "We have been busy delivering the ETH1, ETH2 merge implementation and is now ready for internal testing. We will update you as soon as you can play with the first version too." Starting out smooth as butter, but we still have a month to go. So you have to figure this out, Ethereum. Hack it till you make it, or the flip won't be a conversation this year. But if that public trial testnet is deployed by the summer of 2021, everyone just might become Elijah Wood.
What's his name?
His name is Flipper.
Cheers. I'll see you next time.